What's popping, y'all? It's your boy Kaden the Rake, man. Once I figured out what happened in a woman's brain when you ultimately choose to ignore her or walk away from her, everything for me changed, dog. The whole way I interact with women changed for me, dog. But believe it or not, I figured all of this out by complete mistake. It was a complete mistake when I figured this out, but it changed how women interacted with me, and ultimately I had women treat me better. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened in a woman's brain when you choose to ignore her and when you choose to walk away from her, so you too can understand, my dude. First, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video, do your part for the guys who need help with this stuff, bro. Do your part. But anyway, before I tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about like how I figured it out. Like, it was by complete mistake. So I had this ex-girlfriend, and at the time we were dating, and it was cool or whatever. Like, but we would get into a bunch of arguments and back and forths, and I would try to use logic in a situation where she was very emotional. She was a cool girl, but we had a bunch of different viewpoints about everything. And so I thought endlessly debating these viewpoints would somehow get us somewhere. I would beat her into submission mentally, and eventually she would submit physically, or she would submit or whatever. But that didn't work out like that. What actually happened is, over time, her attraction for me started to go down because she was tired of arguing with me back and forth, dog. And when she got tired of arguing with me back and forth, and it was more emotional for her, and she wanted to feel more connected, she would make everything a problem, right? And at the time, I was like, why are we arguing about small, dumb, stupid stuff? Why are you nagging me all the time about the dumbest things in the world at this point? You didn't used to do this. Like, we were in a good space before, but that wasn't the real issue, bro. The real issue was that she was trying to impose a certain will. She was trying to impose a certain set of opinions, beliefs, and all of that good stuff. And I wasn't standing up for myself as a man. What ultimately resulted from that is she started to lose respect for me. And see, that's what's happening with you, bro. Your woman losing respect for you, or you meet new women and they start to lose respect for you. Or what actually happens is the woman isn't going to submit to your will because you're trying to force yourself upon her, and you are not having her naturally gravitate towards what you want to do. It got to feel like her idea, and in these situations it didn't feel like their idea, right? So here's how I figured it out by complete mistake, and then here's how I figured out what was actually going on inside her brain. And once I figured that out, it was like, man, this shit makes so much sense. It's crazy, dog. How come I didn't do? They should have Harvard niggas just in a board. Like, they should have like 20 Harvard dudes just writing on a board trying to figure out the mathematical equation of how you come to the conclusion of this shit right here, bro. This shit is like top level, top notch science, man, nigga, bro. It's crazy. But anyway, so one day she decided, oh well, you know what? I'm tired of this. We breaking up. Da da da. And something in my brain was like, you know what? I'm over this shit. I'm over trying to be cool with women. I'm over begging them to like me. Like, and this was like my second breakup in like 2 years, bro. So I was like, I'm sick of like people deciding they don't want me. But the real problem was me. So at the time I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do anything, bro. You decided you don't want me. I don't want you either. Right? And so that's the decision I came to in that very moment when she decided like she didn't want me. Actually, at the time, looking back, it was probably a bluff, her trying to break up with me, but I took it dead seriously. So I walked away. I was like, you know what? I'm not calling her. I'm not texting her. I'm not doing anything, dog. Even though everything in me felt the urge at that time to call her, text her, I understood, well, I didn't understand, but I felt at that time that if I call her, then I was going to end up in this space where I had to do what she wanted me to do. I had gone through it already before, and I was sick of it. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done with it. But all of my stuff was at her house. So it's like, how do I get my stuff back when I don't want to call her, text her, talk to her, or any of that stuff? So I was like, all right, just accept that all of your stuff gone and move on. And if she hits you up, just ask for your stuff back, right? So by complete mistake, for like 2 months, I just didn't reach out to this girl at all. I was doing young, dumb shit like partying with my friends and all of that. And I wasn't really working on myself the way that I should have. Guys, bro, work on yourself. It is the cheat code to super speed this shit up. It really is, dog. Like, you got to. But whatever. So one random night, I'm laying on the couch. She hit me up. Then I'm like, yo, what's up? What you want? Like, you hit me up super random. Like, I had just came from a party or something. Like, I was cooling. And she was like, I miss you. And I was like, huh? She was like, I miss you. I didn't realize that going so long without talking to you or seeing you made me feel this way. And I was like, the fuck? So I'm like super curious about what's going on right now, dog. I'm like, this bitch don't make no sense. It's like 2 + 2 = 9. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you told me you didn't want me. I'm just giving you what you wanted. But here's where I unlocked the truth, dog. She told me that night, because I was curious. I started asking questions. She told me that night. She was like, yeah, like, I started just thinking about all of the good times we had and all of the good stuff going on with you. And I started thinking about, like, the way that you treated me. She's like, I went out on a date or two with a couple guys, and in hindsight, I don't recommend you taking a girl back if she did anything with a new dude. But I went on a date with a couple guys, and it wasn't for me. And I realized dating and 20 whatever it was just wasn't for me. It's just too much bullshit out here. And she gave me all of these goofy ass excuses. But as I waded through the excuses, I started to realize, oh, what happens is I was absent. And so in your brain, you propped me up to be more than what you thought I was. It's the same thing that happens to a lot of you guys. You, bro, you back there. It's the same thing that's happening to you when this woman decides she don't want you, and then you don't hear for her or you don't speak to her for a while. You start to talk about or think about all of these beautiful things that she used to do, how beautiful of a woman she was, how much you liked her, how much she was this, how much she was that. And you get caught up in this trap of not realizing there was a reason a relationship ended in the first place, or not realizing there was a reason y'all wasn't compatible or something like that in the first place. And you start to look at things with rose-colored glasses because enough time has elapsed to where you just looking at the good. Humans tend to look at things with rose-colored glasses. So as I'm figuring out that this is going on in her brain, I'm like, so just removing myself from a situation ultimately made this woman want to deal with me in a situation where she no longer wanted to deal with me. Here's the kicker, though. She came back and was super compliant. She was like, I miss you. Like, I want to see you. And she's like, it's like her idea. She's making all of these plans. So I'm like, what would happen if I just didn't hit this woman back up anymore and just let her reach out to me? Let me make it her idea that she reach out to me the entire time, bro. That is when I truly found out how powerful it is and what happens in a woman's brain when you actually walk away or actually ignore her when she's giving you bad behavior and mean it, bro. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Kanan Rake, man. I'm up out of here.